Welcome back, students. In the last previous virtual sessions, we had completed the meaning of what do you mean by limits, the three ways in which the limit function can be represented, that is in modulus, in interval form as well as in neighborhood form. We had completed exercise 4.1 which had similar functions, questions related to that. Now moving on to the next, that is tabular form. This particular form is not there in your current syllabus, it's only for your understanding. Starting off with the meaning of x tends to a, that is if the value of variable x is brought very closer to a number a, either by increasing or decreasing its value, then we can say that x tends to a, and it is denoted as shown on the screen, x an arrow mark straight and a. Now we have to clearly remember that when x tends to a, that means the value of x is approaching very close to a, but it will never be equal to a. Now x tending to 0, if by decreasing the positive value of a variable x or by increasing the negative value of the variable x, the value of x is brought very close to 0, then we can say that x is tending to 0, and again it is represented in the same manner as x tends to a, x across an arrow mark and 0. Now here also we have to remember that when we are bringing x nearer to 0, means that is very close to 0, the value of x, it will never be equal to 0. So either by increasing or decreasing, it will never be equal to that. If it is tending to a, then it will never be equal to a, and if it is tending to 0, it will never be equal to 0. Moving on to limit of a function. Now the function fx has a limit L as x tends to a if for each given predetermined epsilon greater than 0, however small, we can find a positive number delta such that modulus function of fx minus L modulus less than epsilon for all x such that x minus a less than delta. Now this is the definition which is given for the limit of a function. You have to remember, as it is given, you cannot change it. Now in the coming sessions we will be preparing the tabular form in which a limit will be given, and you have to find the value which is in which of the x tending to whatever number they have given in the tabular form by increasing or decreasing the value, but it will never be equal to 0 or it will never be equal to a. Now let's start with exercise 4.2.